Good morning. Welcome to the More Factor. I'm Frederick Groth, and I'm here to help people understand that life is doable. And by that, I mean I teach them life skills and success principles to make the most of it. So, today, the final episode of our awareness series. Awareness is so important. So, what is the last step? We've talked about 4 points already. Be aware of where you've been in the past. Be aware of where you are, your present. Be aware of where you're going, your future, your goals. And finally, and this is the most important, be aware of who you are. Because if you're not aware of who you are, the past, the present, and the future are not going to make any sense. You're going to have trouble. You're going to have frustration. You're going to go spend lots of money on trainings that are pointless because you don't know who you are. I was talking to somebody I know yesterday and asked them if they're still working at the job that I had known they were working at. Oh no, I had to quit that. What are you doing now? Well, I think I found what I want to do. I'm pretty satisfied. That's what I want to do. I got my carpenter's ticket and I'm working away and I really enjoy it. I've always liked to fiddle around with carpentry work. This seems to be what I want to do. It's taken him years and years of doing this and then jumping to this and jumping to that to finally figure out who he was. It's like the old Latin saying, and I don't remember the words in Latin, but it says, know thyself. Reminds me of the classic movie The Matrix, when the Oracle talks to Neo, points at the sign on her wall, and said, know thyself. She said, it seems to me that you're waiting for something else, maybe another life, but until you figure it out, you're not the one. See, every one of us has the ability to be the one in our little space of the universe. But what determines whether or not you are the one or not is whether or not you know yourself. Coming out of Bible college, first getting married, I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted. I had plans. I had all kinds of stuff going on. Was I a great success? Sometimes, sometimes not. But I worked hard and did what I could. And then the bottom fell out of it. And I lost my purpose, I lost my passion, I lost who I was. And then, a couple of years ago, I found myself. And after a lot of practice, and a lot of study, a lot of doing, I'm becoming aware of me. Who I am. Not only do you have to be aware of who you are in the sense of what you want to be in life and what you want to do in life, you also have to be aware of what you're not good at, what you struggle with. We all have the potential to be amazing at everything, but we aren't all amazing at everything. The human mind has so much capacity for learning, for study, for training, and it takes practice and practice and practice, and we don't all have the aptitude to put the time in. Anybody can learn how to play piano, but not everybody is willing to put the time in because it takes a lot of work. So let me give you some examples. I'll give you some general examples about myself. This might help you understand what I mean by what you're not good at. And some of the stuff I knew, I just wasn't willing to accept. Okay? We have to be willing to be aware of our good and bad and be willing to accept it so that we can work on it, so we can become better, so we can overcome the circumstances in our life. I've discovered I'm not good with money. And I gotta work hard, a lot harder than most people, probably harder than everyone else, in order to make ends meet, because I'm not good with money. And so I get accountants and bookkeepers and let my wife deal with that. Why? Because I'm not good at it. I usually screw it up. I've been treasurer of a couple different organizations, and I can't do it. I know how to do it. I know all the theory. I know all the stuff that goes with it, but I'm not good with money. Okay, so I'm aware of that. So what do? You don't put yourselves in situations that requires you to be good with those things until you can learn better skills. Okay? Like, another thing, I'm a passionate visionary. That's one of my natures. I'm aware of that. But because I'm a visionary, I love to look and see the positive, what's possible, what can be done, and I help people overcome problems because of that, and it helps me be a problem solver. The issue that comes from that, the side product, is I'm not a great finisher. I can start 1,000,000 projects today. I don't know if I'll finish any of them. Why? Because the visionary in me is always finding the new thing on the list. What new thing to start, what new thing to do. So I have to work hard to be a finisher, a fulfillment. And it plays over in my print shop. Sometimes jobs don't get finished. Not because they're not started, not because they're not even close to being finished. A lot of times they're right ready to be finished. But I've moved on to the next project. So I got to work really hard and be aware of this so that I become a better finisher. Because what's the point of starting something if you're not going to finish it? Okay? So we got to be aware. There's a couple things that just in myself that I've discovered. And I have to be aware of those things so that I can become better, so that I can change, so that I can not put myself in situations that requires me to be something that I'm not. And if I focus on what I am good at and put other people in place that are good at what I'm not good at, then the team works together and we get things done. So, awareness is so important. You need to be aware of who you are. That is why I've offered a free life purpose guide. That's why I put these videos out, to help you learn who you are. That's why I have this saying up here on the wall. Let's see if I can read it there. True purpose leads to right choices. You're not always going to make right choices, but it helps and it leads to right choices if you have them, if you know who you are. Let me end with this, going back to Mr. Neo from the Matrix. The whole first part of the story, Neo is listening to what other people are telling him. You are the one. And it wasn't until he got shot in the heart and died that he realized, I'm not going to listen to other people. I'm going to decide who I am, and I'm going to figure out who I am for myself. And so he decided, I'm not going to die. And he comes back and becomes the hero of the story. Up to that point, he was a blundering idiot, if you Don't mind the terminology. But he became the hero because he realized, this is who I am. I am someone that can help. I am someone that can save. So who are you? As we end off this week of awareness, who are you? Here's some homework for you. Take some time and write down your past, present, and future selves. Who were you in the past? What did you like? What did you dislike? What made you mad? What made you happy? What made you joyful? What are some down times in your life? And do that for the past, the present, and the future. And if there is a correlation to any of it, if there is a common thread, you should be able to find a little glimpse as to who you are. Do you want to be that person? Then if you do, great. If you don't, you're going to have to find change. That's what I'm here for. Thank you for watching on this Friday. I postponed my Crazy Friday so we could finish off this awareness series. I want you to have a great weekend. God bless you. We'll see you back here on Monday.